It's actually not that fine. Nowhere in this town sells underwear. I hope he's not sick and I hope he doesn't have COVID.
2, 3.
Woo! Oh, she did it! Good morning, you guys. Check out the backyard. We have a lot of fun things coming up in the vlog. Check out Oliver. He's just living his best life in a pile of concrete. We have a lot of fun things coming up in the next couple of vlogs, so be sure to subscribe to my channel. In my last vlog though, I left off, even despite these kind of annoying things, I'm actually feeling so much better about this purchase, and I will let you know why in tomorrow's vlog. Hinting to you guys as to how me and Shelby have gone from feeling like, what did we buy? Was this a mistake? To now I'm feeling really excited and really happy, and I feel 100 times better about this purchase. And so I want to tell you guys exactly why that is, because it's not just because we're starting to do things, it's actually because of the way the market is right now, and it's making me feel better about my purchase. So I want to talk about that a little bit. Now obviously, as I've discussed, didn't feel very fun getting this and feeling like it was still kind of junky and there was a lot to do, and $770,000 is so much money, and the comparables that are really nice and done sold for like $50,000 more, and the work we're gonna have to put in, the money we're gonna have to put in is gonna have to be more than that. And so it started to make me feel like, ugh, this didn't feel like a very good deal considering everything. But recently, the market has just kept getting crazier and crazier, and there was a house that I actually walked by in a vlog like a couple days ago, and I looked at it, Shelby and I looked at it, and we said, that's literally our house.
This is a cleaned up version of ours.
It is. That's our house. It just looks a little more cleaned up. And then a couple days later, it hit the market, and it hit the market for $925,000. And I got a house that's the exact same square footage. It's not as updated, obviously. We do need to put money into it, but that house went contingent in less than 24 hours. So that in general is just making me feel so much better about our purchase, because now I feel like the money that we're gonna put in, because to do everything right, to do everything really well, we're gonna have to put in like $100,000, not right away, but over time, just things like that. And so considering I bought for $770,000, if I put in $100,000 and then it's like $870,000, but it could be worth even more as this comparable that literally is in my neighborhood is selling for so much. And this house, I mean, for $925,000, like, you know, obviously it's better than mine, it's nicer, it's done up more, but it's not that amazing. It really didn't blow me away. So I actually want to show you guys. So I have the house pulled up. Like I said, it's in my neighborhood, and a really big factor is it has the same square footage, so 1,225 square footage. That's the exact same square footage as mine to a T. A lot of these houses were originally 1,225, but some people have added on. So when people add on and their price is higher, it's not as good of a comp for my house. So here we have it. Definitely, like, right off the bat from the outside, it does look more cleaned up. The orientation of it is different. So the backyard faces east rather than west. Personally, I think facing west is better, because then from our kitchen and living room, we get the mountain view, and they don't get that out of their kitchen and living room. They get that out of their bedrooms, which is cool, but you don't spend as much time in your bedroom. So I personally think that's kind of more of a con to be facing that way. I don't honestly know though if it makes a big difference in the price. So we'll move on. Their driveway is definitely nicer. The concrete's nicer, a little more curb appeal. And then moving on into their living area. I mean, it's fine. It's like a little more updated. I think their floors are a bit nicer, and their sliding glass doors might be nicer, but I honestly can't tell from the photo. They redid the kitchen, obviously. I like the layout. That's actually exactly the kind of layout that I want to do, but you know, it's not like the finishes or anything super luxe. It's not blowing me away. It's honestly like pretty average looking to me. They did add sliding doors to the end of their living room and a clerestory window, which is pretty cool. It's a nice addition. The bedrooms look really nice. Everything's really cleaned up there. The bathrooms are a bit nicer, but again, they're not like crazy, crazy impressive. Again, I'm just like, it's nicer than my house for sure, but it's nothing that expensive to fix. The other bedroom, I really love their floors. I have to say their floors look great. The other bedrooms are all just like mine. The hallway is exactly like mine as well. But then we go to their backyard and it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because their living room comes right off to a side yard. It's not like this big expansive yard that it comes right off to, and the concrete looks newer. You know, everything does look nicer, newer, well kept, some landscaping that makes sense. And then you kind of go out to the backyard. It's fine. I mean, it really doesn't blow me away. Their mountain view does look nice. I will say they don't have power lines the way that their house is kind of facing for their mountain view. You know, in general, I think that something about their backyard, at least in these photos, it doesn't feel that big. Then they have a nice side yard, and this was a huge thing that I saw in this house. It helped me and Shelby make a decision recently. As we're ripping out this concrete, you know, we have a decision like this would be the time if we want to add an in-ground hot tub. And I've been on the fence about it because I personally feel like adding an in-ground hot tub is a big expense. It's going to cost you at least $20,000, could be 30, could be 40, 50, depending on the plumbing and all that work. It could be a lot of money, and I don't think, if you have a pool, I don't think having a hot tub adds that much value to your house. And like, this is a perfect example. Someone bought this house for such a high price, even though it only has an above ground hot tub. I think here in Palm Springs, not having an in-ground hot tub isn't a deal breaker, so I just don't think it makes sense to spend that much money on it. We're just gonna do an above ground hot tub. You know, it's not as aesthetically appealing or cool as an in-ground one, but it gets the job done. It's always hot because you can put a lid on it. It has its pros and cons too. And seeing this have it and sell for so much, I was like, yep, we are for sure doing that as well. So again, I was just like, wow, $925,000, and it doesn't have an in-ground hot tub or anything like that. You know, this is a good house. It's obviously better than my house right now, but I honestly am suddenly feeling like, oh my gosh, we're sitting on a really great opportunity, and we did get a good price for this, and we are gonna put a lot of money into it, but it's gonna be so awesome, and we're gonna see that return. You know, we will. The only thing that's a little unnerving about it is obviously you have to take into account the market's really high right now, still because of COVID, all these things. It's not going to be this crazy forever. It's obviously going to level off. It could slow down. Prices could drop. You know, that's worst case scenario. Prices drop after we put in money and our house isn't worth as much as, you know, money we've put in and everything. But in that sort of case, we're going to hold on to this house for such a long period of time. It's not actually something you have to worry about. So anyways, that is why I am feeling so much better about our house. There was also a house that sold for $1 million in the neighborhood. It had more square footage, so I'm not using it as a comparable, but it was a similar home built like the same year, and it sold for $1.1 million, which is the first house ever in this area to sell for over $1 million. So yeah, I just feel like we did still get in at a good time, and if we wouldn't have gotten this house, we wouldn't have had a house here in Palm Springs, because there's no longer any options under 800,000, and now it's just getting to the point where there's not going to be any options under 900,000. So case closed, guys. No more complaining from me about the old sellers or about some of the issues. I'm so thankful and excited to have gotten this house, and I'm feeling so much better about it. Okay. Wait, you know, sometimes it's so cold and people like,
Yeah, you're not gonna die, you're fine. You're not gonna go into shock and die.
not that cold. I'm going after you.
3, 2, 1.
Don't touch it. Just go
I thought you were going.
Teddy's worried. Okay, 5,
You know it's cold.
4, 3, 2, 1. Go! Go, Monica!
I'm scared. I almost did it.
Go!
You had it. Cal, push her in. Oh, Cal, push her in. I'm so scared.
He's scared for you.
So cold.
He'll go in after you, it's okay.
On it, go.
I would go if I hadn't showered already.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Woo!
She did it! No! Oh my god! Why? Pretty confusing. I feel bad for this Amanda Schultz because Krispy Kreme arrived at our door, but we didn't order it. And I'm worried that we should just put it back outside. I don't know. This is weird. I didn't even know there was a Krispy Kreme in Palm Springs. There's not that many Krispy Kremes. Anyways, there was a phone number. So Shelby is going to call the phone number, which by the way, it also says that it was a gift order. So I'm like, was this a gift to Amanda? He's gonna call the phone number. I don't know if it just dispatches to Krispy Kreme or Amanda. That's a millennial. They're not gonna answer. So true. I wouldn't. Come on, man. Pick up, Amanda. I'm gonna stalk you on social media. Here we go.
Hi, this is Vicky. Leave me a message and I'll give you a call back.
Who'd it say? It sounded like it said Nikki or something. Okay, you should text it. That's so weird. I did find a Amanda Schultz realtor at Keller Williams Temecula. Temecula's not that far from here. So weird.
From Mountain View.
This is super weird. Okay, I'm just gonna leave them on the doorstep for the afternoon and evening just in case whoever they are truly for happens to be looking. Just trying to have a little bit of good karma in my life because I don't know if any of you guys remember, I didn't vlog this on my channel, it was on Shelby's vlog channel, but we were staying at our friend's house in Palm Springs this one time and we ordered pizza, and with COVID and everything, we're like, just drop it off at the door. And they have a gate so you can't really get right into the house. And so it said it was dropped off and I looked and it wasn't there. I was so frustrated because I was like, oh my gosh, where is it? So then I began walking around the neighborhood, like looking at people's doorsteps in case it was dropped off there. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe whoever this is for, like just in case if they end up doing that. I don't know. As for that pizza, yeah, it ended up being on a ledge. Yeah. All right guys, so it finally stopped raining and snowing apparently on the mountains. There's all these thick clouds. I can't wait for them to dissipate because I really want to see what these snow-capped mountains look like. We'll probably have to wait till tomorrow. I'm wondering if the rain helped out clean these. I think it did. It's just these little pollen things. Yeah, they're looking pretty clean. I don't know why this one is like that. Okay, just making sure they're not broken. There we go. There's just a small bit of debris. So a gardener was supposed to come today, some landscape guy, and start taking these away, but he unfortunately got sick. He said he got tested for COVID. You know, I want to believe him, but we've just heard all these stories about really flaky contractors and all that stuff, so we're staying a little bit skeptical, but I hope he's not sick and I hope he doesn't have COVID, but he didn't come today and hopefully he said he'd come next week. Bit of a disappointment there, but you know what? If he's being honest, I want him to get better, of course. I really needed to do a load of laundry and we don't have a dryer, as you guys know. Since it finally stopped raining, I did the laundry and I'm trying to dry it. The sun is hitting in here, but I still have it over the overhang just in case it rains, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. We don't have drying racks. We have a clothes hanger that the previous owners used, but the problem is it doesn't actually get any direct sun. Like the sun is over here, so it gets a little direct sun in the morning. I'm guessing when the sun goes directly overhead, like in the summer, it's fine, but right now nothing would dry very quickly. So gotta say, not having a dryer, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Palm Springs, it's sunny, you can just hang your clothes outside, you're fine. It's actually not that fine. It's not. It also takes forever for things to dry, like all day, and if it doesn't dry during the day, then you have all your wet stuff all night that doesn't dry during the night, and then it gets kind of gross. So this is a twin duvet cover. This is some stuff. I bought new underwear at Target because the dogs ate all of my underwear. I know, it's weird. Nowhere in this town sells underwear, so I had to order more online also. That is the situation right now. This is a problem, this whole situation right here. I am sick of sleeping on the floor. I hate it so much. I get paranoid that there's gonna be a cockroach on the ground, and I don't know, I don't get good sleep when the mattress is on the floor like this. I've been waking up every night around 3 a.m. and I just lie awake for a couple hours. Then I go back to sleep and I wake up at 7 because it gets so light filled in here, which is actually kind of nice. I'm fully just waking up at 7 a.m. comfortably now. But we have a problem, guys. Me and Shelby cannot decide on something. We decide on seriously everything together for this house, and it's easy. It's actually really easy. But we finally found something that we disagree on, and it's getting really annoying. So I think I'm just gonna give it to you guys to make the decision. We need an outside perspective. So we just can't seem to agree on a bed frame for this room. They are so cute. I apologize for the mess. It's just, we don't have dirty laundry hampers, and then I just don't know what to do with my dirty clothes. I just have a pile. It's not great. Anyways, okay, so here is what's up with this room. It's a pretty big room. It's the primary room, third bedroom in the house. It's really big, really tall ceilings, got these awesome windows, tons of closet space, and this ledge up here, which is cool. But despite being like a pretty big room, this area where you put the bed is actually slightly not as wide as you'd wish it would be. So this is a king bed. This is 128 inches. And with a bed frame and full-size nightstands, it awkwardly just wouldn't fit. I've done the dimensions, and you could do like little nightstands, but if you're gonna have a king bed, you want like nice nightstands. So it's tricky finding something, and also we've just been extra picky with this room. Like, it is the master. We want it to be really cool. Unlike what it is now, it looks like a frat room or something. I don't even know. It's kind of crazy. But as you'll see, it comes all the way up to this sliding glass door that opens on this side. So if a nightstand comes all the way up to this side right here, that's okay, because you don't go on this side, you go on this side. So it's okay. Like, it can happen, but we've been having a hard time. All right, they're exploring the washer dryer situation. So nothing. Yeah, we're kind of trying to look back here. You can see there's just a hookup for a washer. Doesn't that feel, I don't know, just kind of weird? Like, I guess uncommon situation for someone to have just a washer, not a dryer, but it feels weird in the disclosure statement that washer and dryer is washer/dryer. You would think if it says washer/dryer, that assumes dryer hookup too.
Yeah, and they made a lot of improvements in this house, but they stayed like 1960s. Not many people had dryer. You used a clothesline or a clothes rack next to your furnace in the living room. So it's kind of a funny look back in the ago.
That's like, it's to me been the most annoying thing that I didn't expect of all the things. Not having a dryer, I cannot live without a dryer. Like, the kitchen being not how I want, whatever. The yard, whatever. Mattress on the floor, whatever. Not having a dryer, I feel like my life is flipped upside down because I just can't wash my clothes how I need to. And
Yeah, but usually it's warm enough here where your clothes will dry in no time.
Currently the rain is pattering down, and we have wet clothes in the washer that need to be dried.
But it's funny, we thought this was like a washer dryer combo.
Yeah, just didn't even think, because I was like, why would someone not have a dryer? Yeah, I mean, it's not huge deal, but it does feel like,
I think there's a 220 line going to the furnace. Well, maybe not.
no
It's a
one
gas.
said, like, no one,
Yeah.
no one pointed out, no one. It's the 28th. I got here on the 8th. It has been 20 days in Palm Springs, and now it's starting to feel like it's flown by, but it also feels like I don't even remember what life was like being in Seattle. It's so weird. I just feel like now I'm here, this is my life. Every day I wake up and I'm like, oh my god.
Little closet with the office built in there has all been ripped out. Also, they only tiled it up to a certain point, so I had to break out the like half tiles and chisel all that out. So kind of cool. The owners left like a couple boxes of these big tiles.
Yeah.
They're 2 feet by 2 feet. We can use those. I know you don't like the tile and you want to do something else in the future, but for now,
This is
we can
fine.
tile in the full closet. And you guys talked about putting like wallpaper in those sections, like 3 sections. So we have a lot of sanding to do, priming, painting, and I'll lay the tile and grout it.
Oh, you are gonna lay the tile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, did you know you bought a tile cutting saw today?
Oh, did I?
It was only $100.
Oh, so I'm Venmoing you?
But, huh?
So I'm Venmoing you?
Oh, well, your Venmo bill is gone.
It's gone up.
You'll have a tax break with me.
Oh, well, we only got a couple more days to do it. Okay.
Give you my bill.
Okay. Everyone's always like, do you guys pay your dad? What do you have to say about that,
You just
Dad?
reimburse me. But I look forward to time compensation here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people are always like, do you pay him for Airstream or this or that? And it's like, well, when we finish the Airstream, A, yes, my dad will have 50% equity in that. B, this is like, once it's done, yeah, like, obviously my parents get to stay here whenever they want.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I've even thought about, what if like one day when you and Mom are like way older and you kind of, maybe, what if like you want to spend a couple years here, you know? I'm like, whatever,
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But
right? But I don't know, I'm like, look, I don't compensate him in money, but
no, and you don't need to.
we don't really need to ever discuss it because to me,
We're just trying to get it done, and I'm on your team.
And-
Because Monica's been so generous. Everything she does, she shares with the family. Shelby too. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
I try. I mean, hey, couldn't be here without you guys, so
You would have got here.
no way.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, we got plenty to do tomorrow. We tried. We really tried. I'm sorry, Amanda Schultz. Whoever you are, I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna eat one now. This is the cutest little pink Homer Simpson donut. Although it does say to warm them up and it'll taste better.
Oh, very, very little.
Yeah. Although you do that with those ones, you know? Is Krispy Kreme like super nationwide? I don't know. Definite strawberry flavor on the frosting. I think I would have preferred getting a normal one and heating it up. Gosh, I used to go to the Krispy Kreme drive-thru after going to Mariners games in high school. Life was so simple.